What are these people thinking, trying to legitimize Meghan Markle's lies? Because this is what we're witnessing right now. With Bloomberg giving her almost 50 minutes of an interview, but it's not even an interview. Everything was rehearsed. All the questions were sent beforehand. And we can clearly see that journalism is dead. I received an email from one of the employees, one of the managers at Humphrey Yogurt, the latest lie she gave, and it just blows her out of the water. I mean, what is this woman thinking? Because she's changed the narrative so many times.
My first job was when I was 13 at a frozen yogurt shop called Humphrey Yogurt. I've had a lot of road. And then I saw her. I used to work at a frozen yogurt store in LA. It was my first job. It was called Humphrey Yogurt. And I saw her in the parking lot, and what do I say to her? The most ridiculous thing you could say. Oh my God. My first job was at a frozen yogurt place called Humphrey Yogurt. I was taking the trash out from my job, and I see Yasmine Bleeth. And I cannot believe I'm seeing Yasmine Bleeth, and I'm holding this bag of trash, and she just looked at me very blankly, like, okay, thank you. And I walked very meekly back into Humphrey Yogurt. Yeah. And I went up to her and I said, hi, I love you in this soft and dry deodorant commercial. That's all that could come out of my mouth. Mm-hmm. And she was so gracious. This was such a pivotal moment for me. But this moment was so influential for me because she turned around and she goes, hi, sweetheart, what's your name?
Meghan Markle said to Jamie Kern Lima that she met Yasmine Bleeth when she was working at Humphrey Yogurt, her first ever job. And that she met her at a back alley, and that the reason why she's so kind and nice, which she's not to all the other little girls or people who come up to her now that she's famous, is because Yasmine Bleeth, when she went up to her and said, oh my God, I loved you in that deodorant commercial, that Yasmine Bleeth asked her for her name. What is your name, little girl? What is your name? And that kindness stayed with her, right? First of all, what was Yasmine Bleeth doing in a back alley of Humphrey Yogurt? It's Yasmine Bleeth. I guess that Meghan Markle forgets that she's given different interviews at different times of her life. Because in an E! Entertainment interview, I guess Meghan Markle forgot that she had given an interview years earlier in 2013 or 2014 to E! Entertainment Television when she was asked if she had ever written to any celebrity. And she said, oh my God, yes, I wrote to Yasmine Bleeth and I never heard back from her. And oddly enough, I ran into her when I used to work at Humphrey Yogurt, my first job. Hello, my name is Meghan Markle and I loved you in your deodorant commercial. And that she gave her a blank look and walked past her. And that she was deeply embarrassed. So now, of course, the problem that Meghan Markle has with that little story, which is very, very important for what we're going to talk about right now, and the email that I got, and which you will see, is that Yasmine Bleeth did her deodorant commercial in 1997. Which means that Meghan Markle would have congratulated her in 1997. And she was not 13 years of age in 1997. If she was 13 years of age in 1997, she's even younger than Harry. So either she's lying about the age, or she never met Yasmine Bleeth, which I'm very inclined to do that, and she never worked at Humphrey Yogurt, because Mr. Markle, her father, has come right out and said that she never worked there. Also, it is good to note that Meghan Markle had gone for years in shows saying that every day after school, she grew up in this set of Married with Children. And it was a perverse little world to see a little girl dressed in Catholic uniform because, of course, it was a very mature thing. And then in that Emma Greta's interview, she said, oh my God, when she's asked about her entrepreneurial spirit. She says that because she used to work every day after school at her black grandfather's antique store. So it's either the antique store, it's Married with Children, or Humphrey Yogurt. Now, and this is why I don't understand why Bloomberg, they don't do their job. Why they show up with a yogurt there to send to Meghan Markle? Oh, because you used to work for Humphrey Yogurt, we brought a yogurt. But really exciting here is that she goes, oh my God, are they still open? I think she said that story because she was firmly convinced that they had shut down. But no, Humphrey Yogurt, it's still going strong. And what is worse is that they replied to me because I asked an email. I've been talking to somebody from there and I asked about it. And this is literally what they said. And I'm showing it to you so you can see it. Hello, Paula. I got this today. In response to your question, Humphrey Yogurt has always complied with California labor laws. A parent, legal guardian, if child is not living with parents, must sign a permit for any child under the age of 16 to work with us. Below, find the consequences of us hiring underage kids to work without permit. All of our staff, full or part-time, have always been legally employed. Anybody making claims that they were employed at the age of 13 by our company without the legal requirements is lying. Hope this helps. And then they sent me this bunch of laws that I guess they wanted me to look at. Let's not forget that her father has come on record and said that she's never worked, ever. That he never gave a permission for her to work anywhere because no permission was needed because she never needed to clip any coupons nor work anywhere. So you're telling me that Mr. Markle had enough money to pay for $18,000 a year. Kindergarten. That's how much the Little Red Riding Hood used to cost. And then her other schools were about in the range between $22,000 to $28,000. So that they had to clip coupons. We've seen Meghan Markle say that she used to take tap dances, go to pony classes, and she used to go to Frank and Muso's. So this is the girl that grew up clipping coupons now. And what is worse is that nobody's calling her out. Why can't anybody simply contact Humphrey Yogurt and look up the labor laws? And for those of you coming to my channel and saying that happened, that may not have been the case in 1997. Okay, I'm saying 1997 because that's the year that Yasmin Bleeth did the deodorant commercial. And that is the year that Meghan Markle claims that she was working. She said 1997 when she met Yasmin Bleeth. I mean, she couldn't have congratulated her before 1997 because she hadn't done that deodorant commercial. So that means, again, guys, that either if Meghan Markle was 13 in 1997, she's younger than Harry, or she was older, 16, 17, working, which would have been a legal thing to do. Let's not forget that she wasn't talking to her father at 17 years when she's walking around with Naki Pretty and stuff like that. So this woman is absolutely insane. Clearly, she feels confident in the fact that she's not being fact-checked. Why hasn't Humphrey Yogurt said, oh my goodness, a royal, or even when she was getting married? Because she's like, it's BS. This woman has lost every touch with reality, and having Bloomberg, Emma Gredis. Why isn't Emma Gredis coming out and say, wait a minute, girl, didn't you tell me that you were working at your black grandpa's antique store? Now you're coming out and saying that, I worked at Humphrey Yogurt. Didn't you just say in every interview prior to knowing Harry that you grew up in the set of Married with Children? I mean, it's outstanding everything that they do and how this woman gets away with lying so much. How she's not fact-checked at all. I mean, what do you guys think? I think that the reason why Humphrey Yogurt is not claiming her is because, first of all, to admit that she was 13 years of age would mean that they're breaking the law, which they didn't. Her father says she's lying. And yet, all the papers in the world are going along portraying this narrative and not calling her out or fact-checking her on it. Because all they have to do is the California state laws, child labor laws, 1996, 1997, say, wait a minute, Meghan, this is wrong. Please let me know what you think and watch this other video, because this talks about Meghan Markle's sex life, and tell me what you think, because this is about her sex tape. Because this is unbelievable. And don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe, beautiful people.
I was such a fraud.